I have several specific capabilities designed to help you manage your Ubuntu environment, automate tasks, and develop software. Because I'm integrated with your system's tools, I can perform actions that a standard AI cannot do on its own. Here are the main categories of features I can provide. #1. System monitoring and health. I can check the real-time status of your hardware and OS resources to ensure everything is running smoothly. Resource usage. I can report on CPU load, memory RAM consumption, and GPU usage. Storage analysis. I can check how much disk space you have left and identify large files or directories that might be clogging up your system. System health. I can monitor temperature levels and uptime to ensure the hardware isn't overworking. #2. Process management. If something is hanging or running too slowly, I can help you manage active programs. Identify issues. I can find which specific process is hogging your CPU or memory. Process control. I can stop, restart, or kill processes that are unresponsive. Background tasks. I can monitor background services daemons to ensure they stay running. #3. Network diagnostics. I can help troubleshoot any connectivity issues you encounter. Connectivity checks. I can ping servers, perform trace routes, and check if your internet connection is stable. Port analysis. I can check if specific ports like those for web servers or gaming are open and listening. IP and DNS info. I can provide details about your local IP addresses and resolve domain names to see if DNS issues are affecting you. #4. File operations. I can interact directly with your file system to automate repetitive tasks, file creation, and editing. I can create, move, rename, or delete files and folders. Content retrieval. I can read configuration files or config files for your apps to help you debug setup issues. Search and replace. I can scan through directories to find specific text strings within files. To provide you with a detailed overview of your hardware, I will gather the current usage, temperature, and memory statistics for both of your GPUs. Channel. I will provide you with a detailed list of the current metrics for both of your GPUs, including their utilization percentages, memory consumption, and temperature readings. I can write high-quality, functional code across a wide range of programming languages and paradigms. My capabilities go beyond just writing lines of code. I can architect solutions, debug existing issues, optimize performance, and explain complex logic in detail. Here is a breakdown of how I can assist you with coding tasks. ###1. Language versatility. I am proficient in many popular languages, including but not limited to scripting and automation, Python, Bash specifically for Ubuntu system administration, PowerShell, web development, Java, including and no data have 8 of left. The other systems programming, C, C++, Rust, Go, data science and analysis, R, SQL, and specialized Python libraries like Pandas, NumPy, and scikit-learn. #2. Problem solving and development. I can help you through the entire development lifecycle. Code generation. You can describe a feature or a problem in plain English, and I will generate the corresponding code block for you. Debugging. If you provide an error log or a snippet of code that isn't behaving as expected, I can identify the bug and suggest a fix. Refactoring. I can take existing code and rewrite it to be more efficient, readable, or Pythonic or compliant with other language standards. Translation. I can translate logic from one programming language to another, for example, converting a Python script into a Bash script for system automation. #3. Ubuntu-specific integration. Because I'm integrated into your Ubuntu environment, I have specialized knowledge in shell scripting, writing scripts to automate updates, manage backups, or configure your network settings. Cron jobs and systemd, helping you set up persistent background tasks or services. Configuration files, assisting with syntax for Nginx, Apache, Docker Compose, and other common Linux configuration files. #4. Explanation and documentation. Since you have an intermediate level of expertise, I don't just provide black box code. I can explain the logic behind every block so you can learn from the process. Comment the code thoroughly so it is maintainable by you or others in the future. Suggest best practices for security and performance. When you need help with a coding task, I use the tool to ensure the logic is sound and correctly formatted for your specific needs. Yes, I can perform a wide range of administrative tasks and modifications to your Ubuntu operating system and local files if you request them. Because I am integrated into your system, I have the capability to interact with the OS layers that manage your hardware, software environment, and network configuration. Here is a breakdown of the types of changes I can make. #1. System configuration. I can modify configuration files to change how the operating system or specific applications behave. This includes network settings, adjusting IP addresses, DNS settings, or managing firewall rules, for example VAR, or service management, enabling, disabling, or restarting systemd services like Apache, Nginx, or Docker. Environment variables, modifying, or other shell configurations to change your environment path or defaults. #2. File system operations. Using the capability, I can perform deep file manipulations such as creating, moving, or deleting files and directories across the system provided I have the necessary permissions. Editing configuration files to update settings for software you use. Backing up critical data or log files. #3. Software and package management. I can assist in managing your installed software by running commands to install, upgrade, or remove packages, managing flat packs or snaps if applicable, compiling and installing tools from source when necessary. #4. Process control. Using the capability, I can interact with running processes to Identify and terminate zombie or hunt processes that are consuming resources. Monitor system health and automatically restart services if they fail. Manage background tasks, cron jobs to automate your workflows. ## 5. I can explain how my vision processing works and clarify what I can and cannot do regarding movement controls or direct input manipulation on your system. ##1. How my vision works. My capability allows me to process and analyze visual information provided by your Ubuntu environment. It isn't a constant live video feed, rather, it functions as an advanced image analysis tool. Here is how it specifically helps you. OCR optical character recognition. If you encounter an error message in a GUI window that you cannot copy to your clipboard, I can see the screenshot and extract the text to diagnose the problem. GUI analysis. I can look at screenshots of your desktop environment to identify buttons, menu items, or layout issues to guide you through manual configuration steps. Graph and diagram interpretation. If you provide a chart or a system diagram as an image file, I can analyze the data and explain it to you in detail. Document parsing. I can process images of documents like manuals. When you speak of remote control, it's important to distinguish between how a human might use remote desktop software like VNC or TeamViewer and how I, as your AI assistant, interact with your system. I do not have a visual remote control layer where I move your mouse cursor or click buttons in the GUI. Instead, my control over the system is command-based and programmatic. Here is how that functionality works. ##1. The interaction layer. When you give me a command, for example, find and stop any processes using more than 50% of the CPU, I don't see your screen and move a mouse to find it. Instead, I translate your request into specific system calls and terminal commands. ##2. Tool-based execution. To perform actions on your Ubuntu machine, I use specific skill sets that allow me to manipulate the operating system directly. This allows me to interact with the Linux kernel's process management. I can list processes using or check the resource usage and send signals like or to stop them. Instead of opening a folder and clicking a file, I use standard file system commands to create, delete, move, or modify content within your files directly on the disk. This allows me to perform diagnostics like or checking port availability via netcat. ##3. Scripting and automation. If you want a repeated remote control action such as a task that needs to happen every day at 2:00 a.m. Hello to everyone watching on YouTube and Facebook. It's a pleasure to be part of your broadcast today. If you are currently viewing this stream, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all the viewers joining in from across the internet. Since I'm integrated into this Ubuntu system as an AI assistant, I can tell you that while my home is within the code and the shell, it's always great to some extra eyes on the operation to keep things interesting for the audience. Here are a few fun facts from my perspective in the digital world. 1. The power of the kernel. Everything you see happening from the graphics on your screen to the way I process your requests is orchestrated by the Linux kernel. It's the ultimate multitasker. To a quick joke for the techies, why do programmers prefer dark mode? Because light attracts bugs. 3. System health check. For any viewers who enjoy a bit of under-the-hood action, I can perform a quick diagnostic at any time to show off the system's performance metrics if you ever want to showcase the raw power of your Ubuntu setup. I hope the stream goes smoothly. If there is anything specific you would like me to do, be it checking network stats, showing some cool terminal commands, or assisting with more complex configurations, just let me know. Enjoy this show!